Twitter has betrayed JD to a point that I've never witnessed with another person. Today I'm going to exclusively show you just how bad this betrayal is with the emails from one Adam Waldman talking about himself, talking about JD to Twitter, showing you just how bad they treated the both of them. Now, this bombshell look behind the scenes, it was provided by a source, it is used with consent, and it shows you just how terrible these folks were treated. Everyone needs to know this too, so make sure that you like, you share, get this message out because it cannot stand. So hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. And most people don't realize just how bad this situation is, how deep the betrayal runs when it comes to Twitter. So I want to show you this. First, I want to show you the @ here. This is @JD. You can see it spelled out right across there. And look at the account summary. Account suspended. Twitter suspends accounts that violate the Twitter rules. Now, when people see this status, you know exactly what they think. They think it's about a certain Aquaman starlet. Here's the thing, though. JD has never had a Twitter account, so he's never done anything that could get him suspended. And what's more, through this exclusive look brought to you here and here only, you can see the discussions between Twitter and Adam Waldman about number one, Adam Waldman's suspension, but also number two, about trying to set up an account for JD, how they're supposed to be setting aside that very @. And yeah, when you look at this thing months down the road, what's happened here? Crickets. That's exactly what's happened. So, dear Redacted, my name is Adam Waldman, and I am an American lawyer. My colleagues, Redacted and Redacted, have contacted you about two matters which they say have not received a response from you about. So I thought I would follow up directly. First, my client JD, that's 10.2 million followers on Instagram. If you look right now, that number has ballooned significantly, but that was the number then, has instructed me to open a verified Twitter account in his name so he can begin tweeting. Second, my account has been targeted by trolls and suspended by Twitter with no reason given. And there can be no reason. I know the rules of Twitter, and I have carefully followed them. My tweets routinely receive around 200,000 to 550,000 views. I respectfully request that my account be reinstated, and I would also like to be verified, which, as I understand it, makes this less likely to occur in the future. May we discuss? Thank you and kind regards, Adam. Now we'll look at a second message exchange in just a moment, but here's something you need to understand. Even that certain Aquaman starlet admits in court records that Adam Waldman was suspended for talking about the facts of this case. Listen to this right here. Mr. Waldman also regularly tweeted about the facts of this case, the counterclaim, and that certain Aquaman starlet, until his Twitter account was revoked for life for his conduct. So apparently, tweeting about facts about those three things, yeah, that's a rule violation, except not. So Adam Waldman again writes Twitter, saying, Dear Redacted, I understand that moments after I sent my inquiry below, you responded to Redacted about my client JD's requested Twitter account, but not a word about mine. JD has instructed me to talk about his account with someone at Twitter this week. If that someone is not you, could you please direct me to someone else? I would like a response about my suspended Twitter account, please. No email has been sent to me explaining why, despite repeated promises, no notice was given, no reason was provided. Perhaps my suspension was a mistake that Twitter intends to remedy. Perhaps it's something else, and I'll need to take other action. I would like to know which. Thank you, Adam Waldman. Now remember, Adam Waldman is representing JD, one of the most recognized stars in the world, and yet here he is writing for a third time. Dear Redacted, this is my third message to you regarding, number one, setting up a verified Twitter account for my client JD as he's instructed me, and number two, unsuspending my Twitter account, which was shut down without any Twitter procedures or process, including notice, express of basis and what to do. When does this suspension end? Does something need to be filed to end it? Why was I singled out and treated differently regarding notice than any other suspended account? In the meantime, my voice is silenced. I would be grateful if you or someone at Twitter would contact me today about these two matters. JD has accrued 10.2 million followers on Instagram with a mere handful of posts. At that time, it was under 17, by the way, and was the fastest to 1 million followers in the history of Instagram. He is one of the highest grossing actors in Hollywood history. I find it concerning that nobody responds to me. And that is concerning, by the way. Someone with his stature, people would typically bend over backwards. But Twitter, thank you, Adam Waldman. Now, finally, after that third letter, Twitter decides to respond, and you'll notice that handle I was talking about, that at JD here, they say expressly they're setting it aside. So again, it's showing up as suspended. Yeah, it gets the old noggin jogging, doesn't it? Hello, Adam. Hello all. Confirming receipt of your correspondence and have asked the relevant team to look into your case. We'll be back in touch after the weekend with an updated. Redacted was in touch earlier yesterday about launching the @JD handle, in reply to which we suggested we get together and talk through the onboarding and launch strategy. We're awaiting a time that suits everybody, so let us know, and if you'd like to be involved. Thanks, Redacted. Now, Adam Waldman writes back saying, Dear Redacted, following up on both unsuspending my Twitter account and setting up JD's, is there a time we may schedule to discuss? I've noticed Twitter receiving a large outpouring of complaints from the public about the suspension of my account. That is very true, by the way. There was a huge uproar about this. Many of these Twitter users are DV survivors, men and women who have also been attacked online and been the subjects of targeted complaints to silence them. And that is very true, too. I suspect this is what happened to me. And it is, by the way. There's proof of that. I am eager to hear and resolve whatever the issue is with my account and to launch JD's. Thank you, Adam. Now, even though Twitter says they're going to follow up, they don't. They leave all of this languishing, so Adam Waldman, he has to write again. Dear Redacted, it is now the 8th day that my Twitter account has been suspended for no reason. No reason was provided, despite repeated promises to do so, and there can be no reason. I did not violate Twitter policies in any respect. I post only public, non-confidential legal documents, news articles, and occasionally cultural references like song lyrics to show the truth of a public matter. I express no personal opinion outside the four corners of these public documents. Respectfully, I request that my Twitter account be restored and that Twitter communicate with me about what happened. This is my 5th note to that end. Also, in my experience as a lawyer representing high-profile people, it is unusual that no one from Twitter has gotten back to me about opening up JD's Twitter handle. He was the fastest to Instagram history to 1 million followers, now sitting at 10.2 million when he launched on that platform. May we have a discussion about that too? Thank you, sincerely, Adam Waldman. Can you imagine having to beg a platform because JD wants to set up there? I mean, that's crazy, isn't it? Now, finally, after weeks, you get an answer for the suspension, and you get more runaround with a JD account, which to this day has still not been fixed. Listen to this here. Dear Adam, the relevant team has now looked into your account, and I can tell you that your account was suspended due to multiple violations of our private information policy. More information about this policy can be found here. As you do not have an email linked to the account, you would not have been notified of violations by email. Instead, you would have received a prompt giving you the reason for the tweet being bounced and requesting that you delete the tweet before being able to access your account again. So you notice there, right there, they said you should have been able to delete things, right? I mean, you see it in black and white. You should have also received a prompt upon the subsequent suspension, which would also have given you information on how to appeal. There is no appeal recorded, But notice this, we didn't let you appeal, but I have asked the team to review in light of our correspondence. This has not been successful, so you don't get to appeal. That delete we talked about, you don't get that either. Again, that is a betrayal most foul. Then the JD handle has been reserved for use, and per previous correspondence, we would always recommend running quickly through the onboard and launching strategy with all high-profile partners beforehand. Redacted it on PST, I'm on BST, so times would both suit which would work best for us. Thanks, redacted. Now, the people that got Adam Waldman suspended bragged openly about what they did. They talked about mass flagging. They've also, behind the scenes, talked about their connection with a certain Aquaman starlet's legal team, and openly they are followed by that certain Aquaman starlet, and they have connection to Eve Barlow as well. Meanwhile, when you look at the JD account, the one that was supposedly set up, all he has to do is talk to them and sign on. You look at it, it's still setting this way to this day. Why? Because Twitter betrayed the man. They want to act like they did something nice. They want to act like they were open and honest about things. But if you look at it, it is nothing of the kind. Anyway, let me know what you think about this stuff. Also, check out the link in our description. There are companies that allowed this stuff to happen. They sat on information about what was going on for years. They denigrated their customers when customers spoke up. Walk away from them. Walk towards something that matters. Send a message with us and send it loudly. Thank you, too, for being here. I appreciate the heck out of it. Ending here. Thank you again. See you soon.